Bill Cream alongside Quentin Richardson and Jalen Rose. We've got complete post-game coverage coming up here on NBA TV. And again, a dominant performance in that second half by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Golden State hung around for a little while, but we were watching that one together. Anthony Edwards, man, he just really took over.
He's an outstanding player, and the Golden State Warriors can't win this series without Steph Curry, and that's obvious. So Anthony Edwards understands there's a sense of urgency. And I appreciate his aggression offensively to score the ball, shooting threes, driving it to the bucket. The shot that he made at the end of the second quarter, the three-pointer against the double team, that's just a player growing into their game. Because when you're as athletic as he is, when you watch him play, and I found myself doing it time and time again, I'm like, take it to the basket, take it to the basket, take it to the basket. And then you realize he's leading the league in threes, and he's shooting 10 threes a game, and he's actually making them at a high clip. And so the way his game has developed, along with his leadership, along with Julius Randle, they look poised to go ahead and close the series out.
Yeah, man. Without Steph being out there with them, it just shows they run out of gas. I mean, again, you looking for the big game. They didn't have anybody. They had Kuminga go for 23, Jimmy had 14, Draymond had 14. 13 and 11. You needed somebody of this starting lineup. You needed a Buddy Hield. You needed Jimmy. You needed one of them guys to go off and have a big game. And I'm under the same thinking that Jay Rose is. If they don't get Steph Curry back, they can't beat this team. And at this point, I think even if Steph comes back, it still could be over.
But Q, I got to ask you something. So let me get this right. Pozinski takes 14 shots. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Butler takes 9. How do we get there in a big game like this when we all woke up this morning knowing Steph Curry wasn't going to play?
You need to play off Jimmy.
Be more off.
You need to play off Jimmy, more aggressive, more shots. For whatever reason, that didn't happen.
He was a team worst, minus 30 in this game, Jimmy Butler. And he's coming off that game where he had the 33 points. He was really aggressive from the get-go, but this was more like game one. And again, does this come down to a mindset thing? Because he has said this, hey, I can go out, I can score 40. But he needs to do that almost every single night. That should be a given right now without Steph Curry.
Well, he went to the podium and said, Steph is that man, and he's robbing. Right? So Steph is out now. We need his aggression to be up. We need his activity, his shot attempts. He need to wake up and say, I'm taking 25 shots regardless. That's the kind of mentality they're going to need him to have if they're going to extend this series.
It almost feels like, as a Warriors fan anyway, you'd like to see your team go down with him maybe shooting 10 of 25 from the field, but knowing he got those 25 up with the chance to win that game. But, again, he's not getting much help. Jonathan Kuminga, again, 23, which is nice off the bench. But besides that, Draymond had 14, I guess that's a bonus there. But they need Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield in the, games in the last series, Game 7, and then Game 1 of this series, really stepping up. But in this one, just 13 points.
And that's what happens when Steph Curry goes out of the game. So now all of a sudden, the coverage that he was getting, we're going to lock in on Buddy Hield now. We're going to lock in on everybody else to try to shut their water off and keep their percentages low. And that's another reason why it's imperative that Jimmy Butler is aggressive offensively, to make it easier for the guys around him, because he's been that type of player that's led a team to the finals. He's a guy that they just gave a 2-year extension to when he got over here to Golden State. So this is the stage that they're going to need him to perform at a high level.
Julius Randle on the other side of things, again getting it done, 31 points and 11 of 21 shooting, man. He just continues to impress.
Yeah, I like the way he's finding his way in his rhythm and where to get his shots off. I think he's settling in, and now he's, him and Ant are on the same page, and everybody. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, Jay, it takes time to get used to how somebody plays. And they had to learn and figure out how to play together and play off each other, and I think they figuring it out at the perfect time. And right now in these playoffs, they playing well off each other.
And watching the games tonight as two teams, the Knicks and now Minnesota up 3-1, usually a trade doesn't work out for both sides as well as it has.
That's a great point.
In this case, Karl-Anthony Towns, what he's given them, the big game he had tonight, the fishing, grabbing boards, Julius Randle, 30 points, along with Anthony Edwards scoring 30. And so that allows everybody else, McDaniels and what's my guy? I'm trying to think on his name. DiVincenzo.
Dante
DiVincenzo. It allowed when Randle's aggressive to match Anthony Edwards, it allows guys like McDaniels, and DiVincenzo to get off. And before you know it, it became an avalanche. And at the end of the game, it says 7 points, but that really was a blowout. Yeah. That really was a 20-point blowout, and Minnesota was in command the entire time.
This was a great example of the depth Minnesota has, right? I mean, they got these two superstars or two stars, right, getting their 61 points, but then you look across their lineup, 10, 13, 9, 13. I mean, they got offensive production and defensive production.
And that's what makes them dangerous. I mean, when you look at everything that's going on in the playoffs right now, you got to look at Minnesota and say they have a legit chance right now. They check a lot of boxes. They got athleticism. They got the big-time superstar. They got a 1-2 punch with him and Randall. They got size. They got, size and inside with Rudy. Then they come off the bench with solid players with Alexander and Naz Reid and Dante. So, I mean, they don't look bad at all right now. They look like they could fit the bill and try and make a run right now.
And as we see the changing of the guard with a lot of the older players like KD and Kawhi and LeBron and not in the playoffs at this point of the year, it reminds me that Indiana was in the conference finals last year. So was Minnesota.
Yeah.
So now they have the experience of being there also because they were in that position last season.
I guess if you're going to nitpick, the one thing that maybe Chris Finch about is turnovers. 20 turnovers in this game, leading to 24 points. You kind of take that away.
Yeah.
And they're going to take away Golden State a lot quicker.
Yeah, got to take care of the ball. I mean, obviously, coach is going to always coach and find something to nitpick about, especially when, you got a young squad, AE out there talking and chirping. You got to calm them down. So, I mean, but another thing I like about them, they got Mike Conley, man. They got some good veterans guys in there that's going to keep everything even keel and keep guys from getting too high, too low. So I like the way their team is made up.
And they had 18 turnovers for the entire game, but they had 11 of them in the fourth quarter alone. Because you start substituting guys and Golden State trying to get back in the game. It was almost like a sloppy pickup game as we ended the game, but they were in control the entire way pretty much.
So if you're Golden State now, I mean, again, they're going to reevaluate Steph Curry. Percent sure he is good to go, right? In a situation like this, you are not risking being down 3-1 in this situation.
Not at all, especially since he's already missed a couple of games and you are down 3-1. And again, whether it's Jason Tatum or Steph Curry, this is when your guys got to pick you up. They got to hold it down. You got to find a way to win a game so that you can hope to get Steph Curry back and make this thing interesting.
We're waiting to hear on players and coaches. As they come to the podium, we will take you there right here on Playoff Central Live on NBA TV. But Minnesota, 117-110 winners. Anthony Edwards, when he gets to the podium, we're going to take you there.
DiVincenzo.